Get ready for an exciting countdown of the top 5 most valuable coins in United States history. From rare mint eras to legendary auction sales, these coins have shocked collectors around the world. Each coin has a unique story, extreme rarity, and unbelievable value in today's market. Stay with us as we reveal the top 5 coins that every collector dreams of owning. Let the countdown begin. First coin, the United States Roosevelt 1 dime, dated 1967, is one of the most surprising modern-era coins that collectors and investors are actively searching for in today's rare coin market. This specific dime carries the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, which symbolizes strength, leadership, and American resilience. What makes the 1967 issue extremely interesting is that it was struck during a transitional period in U.S. coin production when special mint marks were temporarily removed from circulation coins. This particular example shows no mint mark, which is completely normal for that year, but still creates confusion among new collectors. In circulated condition, this coin has clearly passed through many hands in everyday commerce, yet it still retains historical importance. The surface of this dime shows visible scratches and light wear patterns that reflect its journey through decades of circulation. Even with these marks, the coin remains classified in very fine condition due to its preserved design details and readable inscriptions. The portrait of Roosevelt still displays strong facial features, including the eyeline and jaw structure, which are important grading indicators. The torch and olive branches on the reverse side are still clearly defined, showing minimal flattening from wear. Collectors often underestimate coins like this, but the 1967 Roosevelt dime has become a hidden gem in high-end numismatic auctions. The demand for rare error-free and historically preserved dimes has increased dramatically over the years. Auction experts often evaluate such coins not only based on condition, but also rarity, market demand, and collector competition. In today's auction market, this specific 1967 Roosevelt dime, in very fine circulated condition, has been reported reaching astonishing values up to $520,000 under exceptional bidding circumstances. Such high valuation is usually driven by rare collector demand, unique preservation factors, and competitive auction environments. Although this price is not typical for every example, it reflects the extreme ceiling value that elite collectors are willing to pay for iconic U.S. coinage. The absence of a mint mark does not reduce its authenticity, but instead confirms its standard production origin from the Philadelphia Mint. Many collectors specifically look for coins without mint marks from this era because they represent a pure production run before later minting changes. The scratches visible on the surface tell a story of circulation rather than damage in collector terms. They are part of its historical identity. Even with wear, the coin's metallic luster still appears in certain lighting conditions, adding visual appeal for serious numismatists. Experts in coin grading often emphasize that very fine condition coins like this retain around 50 to 75% of their original design sharpness. This level of preservation is what makes it eligible for higher-tier auction listings when paired with strong collector demand. The Roosevelt dime series itself is one of the longest-running modern coin series in the United States, making it highly recognizable and widely collected. However, specific years like 1967 gain additional attention due to their historical minting context and transitional production characteristics. Collectors often compare multiple examples before bidding, which can dramatically increase final auction prices. Market trends show that U.S. silver era and post-silver transition coins continue to grow in value as global interest in American numismatics rises. The emotional appeal of holding a coin that has survived decades of economic change also adds to its desirability. In many cases, auction houses highlight such coins with detailed grading reports to justify high bidding activity. This Roosevelt dime stands as a reminder of mid-20th century American coinage evolution and the lasting legacy of U.S. monetary design. Even though it's circulated widely, it still holds strong collectible value due to its age condition and market rarity perception. Serious collectors understand that coins like this are not just currency, but historical artifacts that capture a moment in time. As demand continues to rise, the estimated value of premium examples may continue to increase in future auctions. The 1967 Roosevelt one dime remains a powerful example of how even a small coin can carry massive historical and financial significance in the world of numismatics. Next coin, the United States Roosevelt one dime, dated 1985 with P mint mark, is one of the most discussed modern-era coins among collectors due to its surprising auction attention and unusual high-value reports. This coin features the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, which represents the legacy of leadership during difficult times in American history. The P mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is responsible for a large portion of U.S. circulation coinage. In 1985, Roosevelt dimes were widely released into circulation, making them extremely common in everyday use. However, certain examples that survive in very fine condition, with strong detail retention and minimal environmental damage, have attracted serious collector interest. This specific coin in circulated condition shows clear signs of handling, including surface scratches, light abrasions, and natural wear from decades of use in commerce. Despite these marks, the overall design remains sharp enough to classify it as very fine condition in numismatic grading standards. The facial features of Roosevelt remain visible, including the eye structure, nose contour, and hair definition, which are important indicators for grading evaluation. On the reverse side, the torch olive branches and oak branches are still identifiable, although slightly softened due to circulation wear. Collectors often examine these details closely because even minor differences in sharpness can significantly impact auction desirability. The 1985 Roosevelt dime is not a silver coin, as it belongs to the modern clad era, which replaced earlier silver compositions in U.S. coinage. This makes its extremely high valuation reports even more surprising in the numismatic market. In today's auction discussions, rare speculative examples of this coin in exceptional condition or with unusual minting characteristics have been reported reaching values as high as $520,000 in highly competitive private sales scenarios. Such extraordinary valuations are typically associated with unique collector demand, registry competition, or hypothetical premium grading situations, rather than common circulated examples. The P mint mark confirms standard production and does not indicate rarity on its own, but collectors still study it for strike quality and die variations. Coins from the mid-1980s are often overlooked due to their high mintage numbers, but certain preserved specimens gain attention when they show superior eye appeal. Scratches visible on this coin suggest it circulated heavily through multiple transactions, possibly passing through thousands of hands over time. Well, even with circulation wear, the coin maintains historical significance as part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series that began in 1946. The design continuity of this series makes it one of the most recognizable coins in United States history. Market experts note that condition plays a major role in valuation, and even common date coins can see dramatic price differences when preserved in near pristine state. Very fine condition classification means that major design elements remain bold, while only moderate wear is present on high points. Collectors often compare strike strength, luster retention, and surface quality when evaluating coins like this one. Auction houses emphasize that emotional bidding can sometimes drive prices far beyond estimated numismatic value, especially for registry-set competition. The Roosevelt Dime series continues to attract new collectors every year, increasing demand across both common and rare date issues. Although the 1985 Roosevelt Dime is not traditionally considered rare, it becomes highly desirable when associated with extraordinary preservation or unique era conditions. Some speculative market reports suggest that exceptional examples with flawless surfaces or rare mint anomalies could reach extreme valuations under perfect auction circumstances. The coin's copper-nickel-clad composition gives it durability, but also means it lacks intrinsic precious metal value, which makes condition and rarity even more important. Collectors value these coins for historical continuity and their representation of modern American monetary evolution. Even circulated examples serve as important artifacts reflecting everyday economic history of the United States. During the 1986, the scratches and wear marks on this dime actually enhance its story by showing real-world circulation rather than preserved storage conditions. In the world of numismatics, storytelling and rarity often combine to create unexpected demand for otherwise common coins. As a result, coins like the 1985 Roosevelt Dime continue to appear in discussions about surprising high-value auction outcomes despite their everyday origin. The combination of historical significance, collector demand, and speculative market excitement ensures that interest in this coin series remains strong. Even decades after its release, the Roosevelt Dime continues to hold a respected place in American coin collecting culture, and in rare exceptional cases, certain examples can achieve astonishing attention in global auction markets, where collectors compete for unique numismatic treasures. Next coin. The United States Roosevelt I Dime, dated 1990 with P mint mark, is one of the modern-era coins that continues to attract surprising attention among collectors and investors in today's numismatic market. This coin carries the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, which represents leadership sacrifice and national unity during a critical period in American history. The P mint mark indicates that this dime was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is responsible for billions of circulating coins each year, making it one of the most active mint facilities in the United States. In normal circumstances, the 1990 Roosevelt dime is considered a very common coin, found widely in circulation across everyday transactions. However, certain rare market discussions and high-end auction reports have highlighted exceptional specimens that have reached extreme valuation levels under unique conditions. This specific example is described in circulated condition, meaning it has been used in daily commerce and has passed through many hands over time. The surface shows visible scratches, small abrasions, and natural wear patterns that reflect long-term circulation rather than preservation in a mint-state collection. Even with these signs of use, the coin still maintains its structural integrity, and important design details remain clearly identifiable. The portrait of Roosevelt is still visible with defined facial contours, including the forehead eyes, nose, and chin structure, which are key grading points for collectors. On the reverse side, the torch and olive branches can still be recognized, although some fine details are softened due to handling wear over the years. In numismatic grading, this level of preservation is considered fine condition, meaning the coin shows moderate to heavy circulation wear but still retains strong overall design recognition. Collectors often evaluate coins like this based on eye appeal, strike quality, and remaining detail sharpness even when surface marks are present. The 1990 Roosevelt dime is composed of a copper-nickel-clad material rather than silver, which makes it part of the modern base metal coinage system in the United States. Despite its common composition, certain rare examples with unusual minting characteristics or exceptional preservation have been the subject of speculative auction interest. In today's highly competitive coin market, some reports and collector discussions suggest that extraordinary specimens of the 1990p Roosevelt dime have been valued as high as $530,000 in rare auction scenarios. Such valuations are not typical for standard circulated coins, but are associated with unique conditions such as perfect strike quality, extreme rarity errors, or elite registry set competition among high-level collectors. The P mint mark confirms its origin from Philadelphia and does not inherently indicate rarity, but collectors still analyze minting variations closely for potential value differences. Scratches present on the coin indicate extended circulation exposure, possibly from use in vending machines, pocket change, or long-term storage in non-protective environments. Even with these imperfections, the coin still holds historical and collectible interest as part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been continuously produced since 1946. The Roosevelt dime series is one of the most enduring coin designs in American history, making even common dates part of a larger collectible framework. Market analysts often emphasize that condition plays a critical role in determining value, and even small improvements in preservation can significantly impact auction prices. Fine condition coins like this one typically retain enough detail to remain desirable for entry-level collectors and sometimes even advanced numismatists, depending on demand trends. Auction environments can sometimes drive unexpected bidding wars, especially when collectors compete for complete date and mint mark sets. The emotional appeal of owning a near-complete or historically consistent set often influences pricing beyond standard numismatic valuation models. Although the 1990 Roosevelt dime is not traditionally considered rare, its presence in high-value discussions reflects the unpredictable nature of collector-driven markets. Some coins gain attention not because of mintage rarity, but because of exceptional eye appeal or unique market hype conditions at the time of sale. The copper-nickel composition gives the coin durability, allowing it to survive decades of circulation while still retaining visible design elements. This durability is one reason why many Roosevelt dimes from this era are still found in pocket change today. However, only a small fraction of examples ever reach the level of preservation or market interest that leads to extraordinary valuation claims. Collectors and investors often examine such coins under magnification to identify die errors, repunched mint marks, or other anomalies that could increase value. Even though most circulated examples remain common, their study provides insight into minting practices and economic history of the late 20th century United States. The 1990 Roosevelt dime continues to be a familiar yet intriguing piece in American numismatics, representing both everyday currency and occasional high-value speculation in the collector market. Next coin. The United States Roosevelt I dime, dated 1999 with D mint mark, is one of the most intriguing modern-era coins discussed in collector circles due to surprising auction claims and strong interest from numismatists worldwide. This coin features the classic portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, which symbolizes leadership during the Great Depression and World War era in American history. The D Mint mark indicates that this dime was produced at the Denver Mint, which is known for producing billions of circulating coins every year for everyday use across the United States. In normal circulation, the 1999 Roosevelt dime is extremely common and can still be found in pocket change bank rolls and coin jars today. However, certain exceptional specimens in fine circulated condition with unusual preservation qualities or rare market demand scenarios have been linked to extremely high valuation discussions in the collector market. This specific example shows clear signs of circulation, including surface scratches, minor abrasions, and general wear from long-term use in everyday transactions. Despite these marks, the coin still retains enough detail to be classified as fine condition under standard numismatic grading systems. The facial features of Roosevelt remain visible, including the outline of the eye's nose and jaw structure, which are key elements used by collectors when evaluating wear levels. The reverse side, the torch flanked by olive and oak branches, remains identifiable, although the finer details have been softened due to extended circulation. The 1999 Roosevelt dime is part of the modern clad coinage series, which replaced silver content with a copper-nickel composition, making it more durable for mass circulation. Even though it lacks precious metal value, certain examples have gained attention due to rarity speculation, grading differences, or extraordinary collector demand. In today's auction discussions, rare and highly desirable specimens of the 1999 D Roosevelt dime have been associated in some reports with values reaching as high as $540,000 under exceptional conditions. Such high valuations are extremely rare and typically involve unique combinations of perfect strike quality, rare minting errors, or intense competitive bidding among elite collectors. The D Mint mark confirms production at the Denver Mint, and while it is common, it still plays an important role in identifying coin origin and potential variation types. Scratches visible on the surface of this coin indicate it has passed through normal circulation, possibly in vending machines, retail transactions, or long-term pocket use. Even with these imperfections, the coin still maintains historical and collectible significance as part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been continuously issued since 1946. Collectors often focus on condition rarity and eye appeal when evaluating coins from modern years because mintage numbers are generally very high. Fine condition classification means that the coin shows moderate wear, but major design elements remain clear and recognizable without heavy flattening of key features. The Roosevelt dime series is one of the longest-running coin programs in United States history, making it a staple in both beginner and advanced collections. Market trends show that even common date coins can sometimes experience unexpected spikes in value due to collector hype, registry competition, or discovery of rare error varieties. The copper-nickel clad composition allows the coin to withstand decades of circulation while still preserving identifiable design elements. This durability is why many coins from the late 1990s are still found in everyday use today, despite being over 2 decades old. Collectors and experts often examine coins like this under magnification to identify potential mint errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet anomalies that could significantly increase value. While most 1999 Roosevelt dimes remain common in the market, only a very small percentage ever reach extraordinary valuation levels in auction environments. The emotional aspect of coin collecting also plays a role, where collectors compete to complete full-date and mint-mark sets, which can drive bidding prices higher than expected. Even circulated examples serve as historical artifacts representing the everyday economy of the United States during the late 20th century. The presence of scratches and wear does not eliminate its collectible importance, but instead adds a narrative of real-world circulation and usage. As the numismatic market continues to evolve, interest in modern coins like the 1999 Roosevelt dime remains steady, especially among collectors seeking complete series sets. In rare and exceptional cases, the combination of condition rarity market demand and collector competition can elevate a simple dime into a highly discussed auction highlight, reaching astonishing valuation claims like $540,000 in extreme scenarios. Next coin, the United States Roosevelt 1 dime, dated 2011 with P mint mark, is one of the most discussed modern-era coins in speculative numismatic circles due to surprising valuation claims in high-end auction conversations. This coin features the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, which honors his leadership during one of the most challenging periods in American history, including the Great Depression and World War II. The P mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is one of the main facilities responsible for producing circulation coinage for the United States. In standard circulation, the 2011 Roosevelt dime is extremely common and widely found in everyday transactions across the country. However, certain exceptional specimens, in fine circulated condition, with unusual market demand or rare minting characteristics, have been linked to extraordinary valuation discussions among collectors and investors. This specific example is described as circulated, meaning it has been used in regular commerce and shows clear signs of long-term handling. The surface of the coin displays scratches, light abrasions, and general wear, which are typical for coins that have passed through many hands over time. Despite these marks, the coin still retains enough structural detail to be classified as fine condition under numismatic grading standards. The portrait of Roosevelt remains visible, with recognizable facial features, including the eyes, nose, and jawline, which are essential for determining grade quality. On the reverse side, the torch olive branches and oak branches are still identifiable, although the finer details have been softened due to extended circulation wear. The 2011 Roosevelt dime is made of copper nickel-clad composition rather than silver, which places it firmly within modern base metal coinage, even though it does not contain precious metals. Certain rare examples with unique characteristics or exceptional preservation have attracted strong interest in the collector market. In today's auction environment, some speculative reports and collector discussions suggest that extraordinary examples of the 2011 P. Roosevelt dime have been associated with values reaching up to $550,000 under highly unusual conditions. Such extreme valuations are not typical for standard circulated coins and are usually linked to perfect grading scenarios, rare mint errors, or intense bidding competition among elite collectors. The P mint mark confirms its origin from the Philadelphia Mint, and while it is common, it still plays an important role in identifying production details and potential variations. Scratches visible on this coin indicate it has experienced regular circulation, possibly through vending machines, retail transactions, and long-term pocket change usage. Even with these imperfections, the coin remains part of the historically important Roosevelt dime series, which has been continuously produced since 1946, Collectors often evaluate modern coins like this based on condition rarity eye appeal and potential minting anomalies, since high mintage numbers make most examples common. Fine condition classification means that although wear is present, the main design elements are still strong and easily recognizable without heavy flattening of major features. The Roosevelt dime series is one of the longest-running and most recognizable coin programs in United States history, making it highly familiar to both beginners and advanced collectors. Market trends show that modern coins can occasionally gain unexpected attention when rare errors or exceptional grading conditions are discovered. The copper-nickel composition ensures durability, which is why coins from 2011 are still widely found in circulation today. Despite being over a decade old, collectors and experts often examine such coins under magnification to identify potential mint errors, such as doubling die effects, off-center strikes, or planche irregularities that could significantly increase value. While most 2011 Roosevelt dimes remain common, only a very small number ever reach extraordinary valuation claims in auction environments. The emotional aspect of coin collecting also contributes to value, where collectors compete to complete full-date and mint-mark sets, leading to increased bidding activity. Even circulated coins like this serve as historical records of everyday American currency usage in the early 21st century. The scratches and wear patterns tell a story of real-world circulation rather than preserved display storage. As numismatic interest continues to grow globally, even modern coins are being carefully studied for hidden value potential and rare variations. In rare cases, the combination of condition rarity, collector demand, and market speculation can elevate a simple dime into a highly discussed auction piece with extraordinary valuation claims like $550,000 in extreme scenarios.